Yo, so this is a bit of a different video. I just want to talk for a little bit, just talk about some stuff that's been on my mind. Granted, I do this a good amount, but I don't care, bro. It's for my own growth. Anyhow, I just want to talk about the fact that, like, I don't feel like if I'm ready for a relationship, right? And, maybe somebody else that's watching this might, relate to this, and, if you do, that's great, and I'm glad. But generally, like, I'm at a point in my life where let me give you some backstory, right? So throughout high school and everything, I was low key, high key, kind of looking for someone. And I was looking for someone because my dream, I want to be the best soccer player in the world, right, and everything. But at the same time, like, in doing so, I want to have somebody there that's like supporting me. I want to be able to feel like if I have value, like if I'm able to be loved in a sense. And I don't want to feel alone because one of my biggest fears is, well, my biggest fear is being replaced, forgotten, and ignored. And, I hate feeling like if I am replaceable, right? And I felt like if for so long, what I needed was somebody else there to validate me. And, I was completely willing to be like the other person there for them. Like, they're in their own situation, sure, but I want to be able to support them just like how I want support. And to be able to feel something that's different than friendship, right? I want to feel actually loved. And anyhow, what I've realized is that I've been prioritizing that for so long. I've been prioritizing, like, granted my goals and everything, but I've been prioritizing trying to find somebody that will, complete me, right? And I've noticed that every single time I've been trying to do that, I've only been hurting myself a little bit more, right? I've been putting myself further away from what I actually wanted to be because I put so much time and energy into trying to please somebody else that I didn't put enough time into trying to develop me. I didn't put enough time into furthering my passions, into furthering where I wanted to be, becoming the best version of myself. Granted, I did it for a good amount of time, but after losing my memory and everything, I just got kind of derailed, right? I got taken off of my path, and then I've been struggling to get back to it, and then realizing that all of those people that I tried so hard to keep in my life just end up talking behind my back, or not even being genuine with me from the moment that I release the facade that I've been keeping up. The fact that I try and display myself as like perfect version of myself with people. And the moment I show like my weakness. Sorry, 1 second. This is kind of funny. Does it look like he has hair there? Like, that's a fire hairstyle. Low key? Nagi Seishiro? Sorry. But the moment that I show the fact that, I'm not this perfect, happy guy 24/7, is the moment that they, like, and I show, like, weakness from my past and everything, is whenever they switch up on me. And, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I'm glad that it happened. And I'm glad that everything's happened. Because now I notice, like, and now I see that in order to get where I want to, I have to, like, I keep saying this all the time, right? But it's so important. And there's even a Blue Lock quote that goes with this. And I'll hit the Blue Lock quote, then I'll hit what I was going to say. But here's a Blue Lock quote, right? No matter how many times you knock on the door to someone else's heart, you can't change them. That's why you have to change you, right? No matter how many times you beg someone to stay in your life, no matter how many times you ask them to, like, help you with something, or, like, you get what I'm saying, right? No matter how many times that you try working out different situations for somebody else, trying to change yourself for somebody else, nothing's ultimately going to happen because you're changing who you are for someone else. You shouldn't be focused on trying to change yourself for somebody else. Focus on trying to change yourself for yourself. And I know this seems like if I'm talking at you, or like, bro, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do the other. And generally, those videos are kind of annoying to watch on YouTube. Especially like if you're talking to someone and they're like, bro, you need to do this, that, and the other. Like, that's annoying. Cut that out, please. But, like, just hear me out, man. Like, if I were to say one regret that I have, is the fact that I tried so hard to please people that ultimately ended up leaving my life. I spent so much time and energy trying to maintain all these relationships, especially with the fact that I lost my memory, trying to maintain everything that tethered me to the reality that I used to have. I was chasing after who I once was, and I was hoping that by some way, somehow, I could come back to who I was previously, and I could keep all these people in my life. But what I realized is that, like, after I gave up on that, after I gave up trying to hold on to everything, that's whenever all those people start saying, "Oh, bro, what the heck? What's wrong with you? You know, you're like, you're this, you're that, you're the other." It's just such a waste of time. It's such a waste of time, and I wasted so much energy when I could have put that towards becoming the best version of myself. And with that being said, now I realize that I'm not out of time. I still do have time, but I'm no longer early. I'm no longer early with trying to be the best in the world. I'm no longer early with my training. I've been behind for so long, and now I'm at the point where I'm on level. Back in freshman year when I tried out for the soccer team after COVID, or sophomore year, and I showed up, and the coach was like, "Bro, you have no talent. You're not on the same periphery as all the players." And I was significantly far behind everybody else. I couldn't control the ball. I had to teach myself basically everything, and showing up over and over and failing over and over, replaying times in my mind where I was this close to making a change, this close from turning 0 to 1, and failing over and over. After like 4 years now, 3 years, training 3 times, 4 times a day, waking up at 3 in the morning to 4, going back to sleep, waking back up to 7, going for a 3-mile run, work out 3 to 4 in the morning, go the 3-mile run later at like 7 to 8, resting, training again, like 11 to 12, resting, training again, 4 to 5, resting, training again, from 9 to 10, calisthenics, just constantly putting in effort. Now I've become, on level with everyone. I've made up the difference, but I'm not the best yet. I'm still unknown. Like, nobody knows me. And that's, in itself, while it's kind of bittersweet. Because while nobody knows me, that also means now is the time for me to experiment. Now is the time for me to make as many mistakes as possible. Because that's how you learn. You fail. You put forward and you fail. You recalculate, you adapt, and then you go again. You fail, you go again. You get up, you go again. You don't want to move in the morning, right? Let's say you're sleeping like this. You're like, "Oh, wake up. Oh my gosh, I don't want to move. Let me put the covers back up." Nah. Okay, come on, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Move, get up out of bed, move. Like, look, bro, I have a little mini World Cup global trophy or whatever from whenever it was in Rio de Janeiro, and my mom got this on her little keychain. And every night I look at this and I say, I want to bridge the gap. I want to bridge the difference between who I am now and who I want to be. And one day I want to be able to hold this in my hand and look out into the crowd of all those people and say, all that work that I did has gotten me here, and I'm still not done yet. I'm going to become the best in the world. I'm going to make my dream a reality. And I want to be able to stand there looking into this and then looking at the pitch and everything and recounting the fact that I scored the game-winning goal, that I made a difference here, and then watching my future change before my eyes as I continuously become the best in the world, as I put in effort into what I want to be. Like, this is so insignificant. It's nothing. But the fact that, so many people believe in me, man, it feels different. Like, I chased after all those people to stay in my life for so long. And I was looking for the perfect person to stay in my life. And now that so many of those people are gone and out of my life, and I've been thrown into the, swimming pool. Like, when I was first learning how to swim, there was this lady. She just grabbed me. She said, "Whoa!" Tossed me into the pool, and she said, "Swim." And that's basically what's happened in my life. I lost a ton of those friends. I lost my memory and everything. And I've been tossed in and said, all right, you want to change who you are, you want to become the best version of the world, do it. And build a connection with God and do it. And that's exactly what I've been doing. And I'm not there yet, but like, I live around Houston, right? I go to university in Houston, and guess what? The World Cup is coming to Houston, right? It's in the summertime. I have a few more months. I don't have infinite time, but guess what? In around 2 weeks' time, the schools team, 4 weeks I think, something like that. The schools team is doing the tryouts, and granted, I'm not at the level where I could say, all right, I'm gonna be there. Like, I'm gonna be able to become the best on that team, but I have confidence that I'm going to be able to get there. And so, with that being said, I'll show y'all something else. Oh no, I dropped it. Okay, hold on. I dropped it. I missed the thing. 1 second. I got it. Okay. Now I'm gonna show y'all something else, right? Let me just cover this. I don't know if they want me to show it. No, I was at work, right? And I told some people, and I put this, right? See you on TV. And while that might not mean much, it means a lot to me. Because of the fact that I tried so hard. 1 second. I tried so hard to find people that would support me. I tried so hard to find people that would empower me. And as all of those people have left my life now, the person I am is to the point where people still support me even though I'm not chasing it anymore. And now that I'm chasing my future and I'm chasing a relationship with God rather than, people around me, it's like things are working out better. I'm feeling happier. And honestly, I'm happy that those people are no longer in my life. I'm overzealous that those people are no longer in my life because now I can see the future I can have. It's like if you're playing in a match, to be able to see the straightaway, to be able to get past the defender and see the way on goal, and to be able to see the path clear up in front of you and be like, all right, that's my line. This is my line for shot. Now all I have to do is just put the work in to support that. Anyhow, that's about it. Just want to do a little quick chatalization. And yeah, hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. Ha.